Welcome back to the WTOB Dodgeball Game of the Week. We are about to buzz you into Game 6 of this great matchup between El Diablo and Super Cooper. Two teams not having the best of years, especially Super Cooper, only 5 wins so far in the season, but they've come out tonight and represent themselves really well.
In fact, Tom, they have a chance to double their season win total. They already have 3 tonight. In this 6th game, they could have a shot at 5 total wins for the night. That would be a momentous occasion for this team.
Good work by, of course, as we mentioned, Russell Drumheller, just a wonderful manager for Super Cooper.
And El Diablo, it's Chris Kelleher taking a seat. So disappointing for him, I'm sure. You have to sense the frustration for this El Diablo team.
And again, we'll give a couple style points for El Diablo because they're letting Super Cooper play with 5 players, while El Diablo only has 4 to start each game.
They haven't really made too much of an issue about that. Nice job of David Bresky avoiding that one. Russell Drumheller is
should have interviewed Dave Bresky right there. Came up right next to you, grabbed the ball.
Well, you know, he's so focused right now, he probably didn't even notice I was over here.
Probably not.
That's the way he is. You know, he's the team captain for this team, and as John Talbot's going to fire one into the side of Heidi, she'll take a seat. Super Cooper's in the far court there. Drumheller, Russell Drumheller on the right. The middle, that's the man we have been calling Heath. And if you don't notice, that's Amelia in the blue. She's gone without the hooded sweatshirt, just as you said, Tom. Perhaps realizing that the uniform is part of the body, and so she's going to make herself as lightweight and slim as possible. That's right.
But, well, she's probably working up a sweat. She's been out there most of the night.
She has been working hard out there, as they all have been.
I'll tell you what, John Talbot is working up a nice sweat over there. He's been going at it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's crouching down to get a better shot or just to kind of catch a breather. David Bresky is a fan of dropping down and kind of firing from the side, kind of like Joe Smith, the reliever for the New York Mets. Amelia's going to take a seat now off of the right-handed John Talbot.
Felt her pain on that
John Talbot
one.
again.
Took it right in the kidney.
Russell Drumheller now loading up. He's loading with Heath and John Talbot off of his hands.
So Dave Bresky, the lone man out there for El Diablo, taking on Russell Drumheller and the man we call Heath. 4 minutes left here in Game 6. Many of these participants quite tired.
Especially David Bresky for El Diablo. He's time and time again he's been the last man out, and we've also probably talked at length and maybe beaten a dead horse here, talking about how his team has not shown up tonight at the gym for him, and the mental strain that puts on a captain and a head coach. We haven't mentioned that. Jennifer's the head coach of El Diablo, her strain.
Russell Drumheller's even mentioned to Dave Bresky how they just need to slow down. They got 3.5 minutes. Maybe just take a breath here.
But of course, you know, a longer game is definitely going to favor Russell Drumheller and the Super Coopers because they've got a 2-1 advantage. This time runs out, they win the game, which would be their 4th win of the night.
Wonderful job by Russell Drumheller rallying the troops here. You got 2 squads going at once.
And speaking of wonderful jobs, how about hats off to the fine crew at WTOB? Chip, Herman, Josh, and Lisa.
Year in, year out.
No question. You're in, you're out. You're in, you're out.
Yin, you out, yin, you out.
You're in, you're out.
They're here all night editing, shooting, doing what it takes to bring you Dodgeball every week on WTOB.
And we know our faithful viewers appreciate the amount of work that goes into this, and don't be afraid to tell them. Log on to blacksburg.gov, find a way to talk to them.
Call them, email them.
That's right, send them a Christmas card.
Feedback, they want feedback.
They would love to see that, especially if you send the Christmas cards with pictures.
Oh yeah.
Or if you're like a Peanuts guy. And I'm not talking about like planters, I mean like, you know, Charlie Brown. I'd like to see Charlie Brown and his Christmas tree.
Garfield or something. 2 minutes ticking here in Game 6 between Super Cooper and El Diablo. Dave Bresky for El Diablo in the near court, the red shirt, trying to hang on here. See if he can knock at least one of these guys out for Super Cooper.
And if you remember from earlier tonight, David Bresky, in one of the earlier games, he was the last man standing versus 2, and it seemed like he let the time kind of run down too long, almost like a point guard letting the clock run down and not getting a good shot off. Almost like Davidson did at the NCAA tournament a couple days ago. You want to be attacking here. I know you're tired, and I know you're mentally exhausted, but you've got to. You don't want to pull out a win, especially the way that Bresky was talking to us before the match.
All three of these guys extremely tired. Russell Drumheller leaning up against the volleyball net. He's exhausted. That ball, I think, went out into the lobby.
Yeah.
Through the window.
I think that ball's up there at Blacksburg High School now.
Wow. Nice shot there.
Russell Drumheller, no doubt, missing Matt right now, wishing he could get a little bit of help.
Things fast and furious right there, but all three combatants stay alive.
That man called Heath is running over to the other court to try to grab a ball. I'm not sure how legal that is. But then again, the team is playing with 5 versus 4.
That's right. They're renegades, outlaws.
They are. The Dennis Rodman of this league, if you will.
Yep. Butch and the Sundance Kid here.
Butch Cassidy.
Butch Cassidy.
You're on a first name basis with him?
Jesse James.
The Outlaw.
Look at these outlaws. Bonnie and Clyde, except one of these two dudes probably don't want to be Bonnie. So.
That's true. Well, it could be Billy and Clyde. What a catch by David Bresky. The man called Heath will sit down.
Oh, 1-on-1 with 13 seconds left. We might be heading to
That's what it comes down to. These guys know each other. They've been playing the league a long time. David Bresky and Russell Drumheller. This is the match that, honestly, Dom, I've been waiting for all night.
Wow. We're going to reset that clock, Jed. 2 minutes here.
What a great play by David Bresky. The clock's winding down. They're under a minute. And just like the El Diablo was a victim of that a few games ago, David Bresky catching that ball. He puts the man called Heath, setting up this showdown with Russell Drumheller. This is what the fans at home are online to see. This is why they've tuned in. This is why we're here every night, Tom, to see action like this.
They say Elvis has left the building. I think Dave Bresky has left the building. He ran out, I think, to get a drink of water. He's so exhausted.
His two teammates might be going out there to find out what's going on. Maybe,
probably need to give him a muscle rub down or something.
Maybe give him some, talk to him and give him some strategy. They've both been out there. They've been through the war with him. We talked about that before. They've got 8 seasons of dodgeball experience in this league. These are 2 seasoned veterans, these 2 seasoned combatants. It's almost like General Lee and General Grant out there.
Well, they're talking things out here. They put 2 minutes on the clock. Let's see if they're going to line it up and do battle. Dave Bresky is just exhausted, just throwing balls all over the joint. Tired as can be.
Looks like he is maybe selecting the best balls as like a tennis player right before they make their big serve. Pete Sampras versus Andre Agassi. Yvonne Lendl versus John McEnroe.
The other game on the other court there is even done for the night. They finished their 7 games. We are in game 6 here. Clock has started. We are in overtime of game 6.
Sudden death overtime. 2 balls apiece here. And these 2 fatigued warriors will wait it out. Russell Drumheller, he breaks the ice by firing away. And there's that signature drop down, sidearm style from David Bresky.
They're just going to go back and forth here. That sounded like it got him. Dave Bresky knew it. Got him right on top of the left foot, and he is not happy as his teammates for Russell Drumheller mob him. And,
actually, that looked like John Talbot from the other team mobbing.
Well, it did. Maybe just try to take him out for the next game. But
well, that's definite sportsmanship, and we love to see that here. You are watching the Dodgeball Game of the Week
on WTOB. Well, despite some difficulties, Jed, for each team, people coming in late, people not showing up, pretty good match overall still.
No question, but Diablo definitely disappointed in that game. We talked to David Bresky before the game. He was very confident in what we were going to see tonight, and we definitely saw some fire, we saw some passion, we saw some good plays, just not as many wins for El Diablo tonight.
Great match between Russell Drumheller and Dave Bresky. Well, we hope you enjoyed it. You can catch us every week on WTOB Dodgeball Game of the Week.